the Dynasty has wrapped up. It's all over. I think what happened in these final episodes was interesting because of things that other teammates of Tom Brady had to say about the relationship between Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, which had clearly soured at the end and clearly was a problem for Tom Brady. The thing that stood out to me the most was Devin McCourty saying that he had to go to Bill on behalf of Tom because Tom wanted Bill to know things or hear things, and Tom Brady did not feel comfortable going and speaking with Bill Belichick anymore. They were no longer talking. And Devin McCourty was sort of floored by that. That was the thing that stood out to me the most, maybe in the entire series, to hear McCourty being willing to go on camera and tell people what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
And good for him.
Like you said earlier, too, like Jonathan's comment regarding Hernandez, that one stood out. Like that was the best one yet. I thought Danny Amendola, too, like the Malcolm Butler thing. You know, we just played our asses off. Tom threw for 500 yards, 505 yards, which nobody ever threw for 500 yards in a Super Bowl, yet alone lost. And we just hung our necks out there, our heads, our bodies. We bled. And we got no explanation. And I'm still pissed about it to this day. Still brings up bad feelings. That was a bad one. That was a real bad one. And I heard them say this, and the first thing I thought, boy, when Tampa came here in that week 4, and we're sort of standing up around that Tampa locker room, you see Bill come walking down the tunnel and go right into the locker room of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What the hell is going on? Like, no help, just by himself. And they probably met with Tom in a private room in there. And at 37 minutes, I had to be the longest 37 minutes of talking for them prior not to speak for however long they didn't speak.
I was kind of surprised to see that years removed from it, Brady was still really emotional just talking about the end of it. And like he chokes up and he's really affected by the way that their relationship kind of fell apart.
Yeah, because he gave you everything. And he puts a lot into it, and he had to put a lot into it, especially at the end with the age. Now you got to put more in, more prep, more taking care of your body. And it meant something to him. When you're there 20 years and you win 6 of them, it pisses you off. He didn't know there was no guarantee he was going to go elsewhere and win. He did it, but as you look back, you're like, damn, what did it have to be this way?
Do you think
all I wanted was the Breeze contract?
I know he went and won a Super Bowl in Tampa. Do you think he regrets leaving?
No, I don't. I don't think he regrets.
I don't think it's what he wanted.
It's not what he wanted. He just wanted to be.
I don't think he wanted to go to Tampa. I don't think that was his desire. His desire was to get paid and stay here and finish his career as a Patriot.
I think he also knew if they did that they wouldn't be able to put a good team around him. That's part of it. Now, they were 8-0 that last year, and he was miserable. Like, he knew that we're not a contender. Yeah, we won 12 games. We're not a contender. For him at that point, it was about contending. It wasn't about, hey, can we get the double-digit wins? Have a good year.
So if Robert Kraft walked downstairs and said, or you know what, I should rephrase that. If Bill Belichick went to Tom Brady at 8-0 and said, Tom, we want you here. Here's $2 and $50, he would have signed the deal.
I think he would have.
Yep. Yeah. So he may have been miserable, but it wouldn't have stopped him from playing here. And that's why, you could say Robert could have stepped in. He could have and should have, because he had stepped in on the Jimmy Garoppolo thing. He went halfway.
We stepped in on the Guerrero thing, right? He talks about that too, about how, it's like the first time I ever told Bill what he had to do. He had to let Guerrero back on the plane because Brady was ticked about that. And he wanted to get traded. So that was the concession.
Right. That's why Guerrero got back in. Robert made him get back in. What
was the other thing, too? Charging him for his meals? Because he had a different diet?
I don't recall.
Was that in the Wickersham thing? I think that was in the Wickersham thing, that he had to pay for his own meals. He had a specific, because Tom had specific things that he ate.
I mean, how much could that be?
But still, to say we're not going to provide that for you, our star quarterback. Like, now I don't know if that's 100% true. But I thought that was reported or written about. Maybe I'm nuts.
All right, well, it's over. All 10 episodes are out. Everybody can go watch it all now. And if you have any doubt, or if you had any doubt about the relationship between Brady and Belichick at the end, this should clear that up for you.
Yeah.
If you had any doubts about how bad it was, if you thought that was all make-believe, if you thought Seth Wickersham was full of crap and making it up,
If you
now you've got people on the record saying, "No, that all happened. That definitely went down."
I don't know how you don't believe Matthew Slater and Devin McCourty. You couldn't get more down to earth, real men that handle themselves the right way, and those were startling comments to me by them. Like that confirms it. Like he sensed it, but he really didn't know 100%. But now you're getting it from the horse's mouth.